Okay, we're going to do the orthographic projection of the question on page 118. It's question number 5. So it says a pictorial view of some kitchen scales is shown across. Draw the elevation looking in the direction of arrow A, draw the end view looking in the direction of arrow B, and draw the plan projected from A above. So direction A, this is our elevation, meaning this is the front of the scales. Straight away it's saying the end view is looking in from the right hand side. So again, we keep going on with our torch. If I shine the torch in from the right hand side, the image is going to end up on the left. So when I get to this question, I'm going to have the elevation and then the end view is going to go to the left hand side. The question then says draw a plan from A above. So I'm going to draw an elevation plan, and my end view we said is going to go on the left. It's fairly straightforward to draw. It's 120 high overall, 90 millimeters wide, and then it's overall 70 millimeters deep from front to back. So we can go about setting it up. When we draw circles, we always draw them in the view where you see them as circles. Now I'll get more to that in a minute. I'm going to start off by setting up just the scales itself in elevation plan and end view. So in other words, the box itself. This circular section I'm going to leave. Okay, so I've set up the main body of the scales in my elevation. I'm going to project that down to my plan view now. So I'm going to take all of my widths down to plan. So I've got 4 lines to project down here. And we always step down 20 millimeters to start the plan. So that's the back of the plan. From back to front, it said the scales is 70 millimeters. So 90 wide by 70, I've already got the width taken from elevation, so I can just draw it in. So here is my plan view of the base piece. So the base, it said, was 70, which I measured 70 from back to front, and we have the base. The actual piece for the weighing scales is 10 millimeters smaller all the way around. So it's just a matter of measuring in 10, measured in 10, and I've got the 2 sides taken down from the elevation. So here is the outline of the kind of main body of the scale. So I've got the base in plan and the main body drawn in there. Now we need to find those in the end view. I've left space on the left hand side for my end view. Again, the edge of the elevation and plan where it crosses the XY line, here it is. I'll draw it in again with a broken line. And I'm going to take my heights from elevation and my width or depth from plan, so from back to front from plan. So the base is the first piece I'll set up. I'll take the base out of my plan view across, and I'll take the back of the base there across. I'll bring those up to elevation and up to elevation. And again, I'm taking the height of the base. The base was 10 millimeters high. I'm going to take that across. And here is my base drawn in the end view. So I've got the base set up. I need to set up this main body in the end view. I've got the main body here and here in plan, and again it's the same setup. I'll take my points out of plan, or my front of that main body out of the plan, the back of the main body out of the plan, and bring those to elevation. Up to elevation and up to elevation. So again, it's always where it hits that 45-degree line. Here it is. Height of it, take it across. That gives me the height of the main body. So I've connected the 3 views together now properly. I've copied the depth, which was 50, up for this. Now it's a matter of drawing in the circular sections. The first circle I see is on the elevation, and it is radius 30 millimeters. So it's in the center of this face. I've got 2 ways of finding the center. I can measure up half, which is 35, and measure in to get the center. But the handy way to find that middle is I can join the diagonal. So likely I'm just going to join the diagonal and join the diagonal. That gives me the center. It's radius 30. So I'll set my radius on the compass, 30, and away I go. So here's my radius 30, draw it in. So that is the front circular bit of the main body. So in other words, it would be the kind of diagram. That's our front end. I've got this top section here where we put all the ingredients into, but I'm not going to draw them in the elevation. I drew this circle here in elevation because it's the true shape. In other words, it looks like a circle. It's the only view I'm going to see that looking like a circle. When I come back to my question, the funnel shape here, I'm not going to see them as circles. I've got two circles, radius 35 and radius 20. I'm not going to see those as circles in elevation. I'm not going to see them as circles in end view. I'm going to see them as circles in the plan. That's where I'm going to draw them. So it's radius 35, radius 20. So when I come down, and again, they're in the center of the body. So I just come along, again, easy way to join, or to find the center, join my diagonals. So nice and lightly. And again, it's radius 35. So I'll take my radius 35. And radius 20. So those are my two circles in. Now, I'm going to take out these lines because you won't see them. I was only drawing them in dark so you could see them on the visual. Okay, so I've got my funnel section drawn in the plan view. I'm going to bring that up to the elevation now, and my widths are going to be taken from the elevation. So I'm going to put a little construction line across here, which is a center line. Now again, it's darker than I should be making it, but I want you to be able to see it. I'll even have to go a little bit darker, I think. So I'm putting a center line through the center of the circle. The width I'm going to take up is for the first part of the funnel, so the smaller section of the funnel. Here is one side of it, so the radius 20 section, and the other side of it. And the height of that in elevation, it said in the question, is 15 millimeters. So I come up, I projected up each side of the funnel and measure up 15 millimeters. That allows me to draw in the funnel in the elevation. So this is the kind of base part of the funnel drawn in. The top of the funnel, the widest point, here it is, it was radius 35 in plan. I'm going to take those 2 points up as well. So the widest points. And use just a bigger set square. So I'm projecting that up. And projecting up. And that was up 25 millimeters from the lower part. So up 15 and then up 25, and then what that has given me is the top of the funnel. Here's the top of the funnel, join back down. I've got the funnel in elevation. Now I need to come along, draw the funnel in end view. I'm going to take the heights of the funnel. So my 15 will come across, my 25 will come across. So I've taken the height of the lower part and the upper part of the funnel across. I'm going to take those out of plan now. Means I'm going to need a center line in the opposite direction. Remember, it's a light center line. I'm just drawing it dark so you can see it on the visualizer. I've got my width here now, or the depth as they're called. So I'll take the narrow one again to start with, the narrow point and the narrow point, and they're going to come up into the end elevation. So up it comes, and then the second one up into the end elevation. Likewise for the wider part, here's the widest part, over and up out of my plan, and again the wider point over and up out of the plan. So they line up with the base. Gives me the point in end view. That lets me draw in the shape of the funnel. And that is the correct way to draw the elevation and plan in end view there. So again, we always draw circles in the view where we see them as circles. That big circle looks like a line in end view, and it looks like a line in elevation. It's only when I look at it in the plan that it looks like a circle. Likewise, this circle looks like a line in elevation, looks like a line in end elevation.